Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a kind of craft corner tour slash how to make the most out of your craft space if you have a limited amount of room. So basically this takes up, let's measure. So my entire craft area basically takes up, alright, so this is not scientific. So my whole craft area is about 6 feet, which is also how far away you're supposed to stay away from people right now with all the social distancing stuff. And so it is 6 feet by about 2.5 feet. So not a whole lot of room to work with, but I've tried to make the most out of it, and I've been relatively successful with it. So I think it's working. I haven't outgrown it just yet. I mean, would I love my own she shed someday? Yes. And one of my sister-in-law's neighbors, Julie, one of our good friends, she has a legit she shed that I just aspire to have one day. But for now, this is what I have to work with. So I was just going to go over some of the tips and the tricks that I have. That I'm going to make this relatively short video. So with that being said, make sure you give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Leave me a comment, and as always, subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified when I have new videos. So with that being said, let's get started. Alright, so first things first, what makes up my craft corner? So we'll start from over here, and basically over here is where I have just tons and tons of storage. So as you can see, we have this little box guide here. This has all my glitter, paint, fun stuff. I'll link this below. This was from Lots of Style Shop. It's actually a shoe holder or organizer or something like that. But I've obviously used it for craft supplies. Then I have these little, I think they're called scrapbook boxes or something along those lines. They're 12 by 12, a little bit bigger than 12 by 12. They're from Michael's, and they're great. So they have all my vinyl, cardstock, scraps, all that kind of good stuff. And then below we have more storage. So this, let me see if I can scoot out so you can see it a little bit better. So if you can see the blanket over here, we're Dodgers fans, so go Dodgers. And as you can see over here, this is a storage unit I got from Origami, and I'll link them below as well. They sent this to me, and this has been amazing. So what I had before this was a super old plastic drawer unit that was basically falling apart. So this has all my cardstock in here, so I've been able to really organize. This has spray paint and all that kind of fun stuff, and then there's 2 other drawers below that have a bunch of other fun things. So this has been so great, and it has really cleaned up my craft space, because the thing I had before was so just hideous and had random cords everywhere in it, and it was bad. So that is probably one of my favorite things. So I'm so excited that Origami sent that to me. All right, and then probably my most favorite thing I have to work with are these white pegboard style shelves. They're actually plastic, so they're not traditional pegboard, but I love them so much. They're from IKEA. Again, I'll link everything, but you buy the boards and then you buy the little hooks to go with them, and then they have these little shelving units, little clips I have up there, right there. So it's been so great, and these have stayed up for about 2 years now. So they have been such a good investment, and I actually don't think they're that expensive to begin with. So as you can see, with the small space, the key, if you have the room, is to go up. Like, store all your stuff as high as you possibly can. Use the walls, use your hooks, use all of the space you possibly can. So I have my mats hanging over here for my Cricut, my smaller mats over here, scissors, tape, random tools that I've just collected over the years, a bunch of other fun things that I'm just able to hang. Also from IKEA, and probably I get the most questions on, are these vinyl holders, but actually they are plastic bag holders from IKEA. So I think you actually flip them the other way. There's like an opening on the bottom. You flip them and then you put plastic bags in them, and then you can pull the bags out. But of course, it also doubles as a fantastic vinyl holder. So you could see I have those there, and then I have 4 up here on my walls. And again, great use of the space. I have all my vinyl stored up here. Easily I can see kind of what I have to work with as I'm working on projects. So these are probably my most, I get the most questions about these things when folks see them in the videos. And then as for the desk space, I got this table from like the Facebook Marketplace. It was like $30. It's, I think, an IKEA table. And sometimes I have people that comment, they're like, you really need to clean your table, or it's really dirty. Well, I am not super concerned because it's my craft table. It's going to get dirty. I really don't care. And I think it looks kind of, I don't know, it makes it look like I actually use it, right? So the key with my table is putting things in their place. So because this table can get really crowded really fast, and then when things are crowded and overwhelming, I don't want anything to do with them. So then I won't come over to my craft area because it's such a disaster. So making sure that I have a place kind of for everything is, you know, how I try and keep this organized. So my heat stuff is over here, my Cricut's over here, and then over here I have my printer. And I always get questions on this printer, and I will say it is not the best printer in the world. It's not. It's really not, but it works for me for what I use it for. It's a HP DeskJet 3755, so it's pretty inexpensive. I got it from Amazon, so not the most heavy-duty printer in the world, but it's good. And then that's about it. So that's basically how I organize everything on top of my desk, and then above, sorry, my arm was just aggressively there, and then above my desk. So then, if I take you guys where no one has ever been before, the underbelly of my table. So I will say this is the new and improved under Lauren's craft table. Before, all of this stuff was legitimately shoved in there. It was the hottest mess. It was like basically one misplaced thing away from all just falling out, collapsing. So during this quarantine isolation time, I took the time to really organize this. So I will say these little bags here I got from Michael's. So I think it was a couple years ago. After the Halloween holiday, they had this like grab bag type thing where you could go, you couldn't open the box or whatever, and it was basically like a surprise, and it was like $7 or something. And I got a ton of these. So I have even more over there. So yeah, so I mean there's a lot happening there. But anyway, so these are great. So if you can find something that is like flexible and pliable, you know, I'm sure Michael's has something similar to these still in stock. So basically this, and I'm going to do some labels for these at some point, but this is like all my holiday stuff. So anything that is like Halloween, fall, Christmas, Valentine's Day, is in this. Here I have fabric, so there's felt, there's onesies are back there, all that good stuff. Here I have all of my canvases or wood. So these are like some wood Scrabble tiles, and then canvases, and then signs that I can repurpose. And then over here is just some miscellaneous stuff. Or actually no, it's not miscellaneous. This is all my floral stuff, and then I have some random stuffing there as well. So that is basically it for underneath my desk. Alright guys, so that is basically it for my craft corner. So moral of the story, you don't need a humongous space or a designated room, and if you already do, I'm super jealous. But you can totally craft in whatever space that you are allotted in your house. I basically just started making this craft corner, and Joe luckily was on board with it. But you definitely don't need a whole lot of space. I will link all of this stuff below. And with that being said, as always, happy crafting and happy organizing.